You know, Edinburgh is a beautiful city, but we're so lucky to have this little mountain right in the heart of the city. It's a grand place to get away from the hustle and the bustle, get away from the noise. You're seldom able to get away from the people even when you're climbing this wee hill. It's very popular. But let's go enjoy the hike anyway, and we'll get to the top and see what the view's like. It's a lovely day. About halfway up now. Obviously not going to get this mountain to myself. I sometimes climb this in the depth of winter, and quite often at night or in the very early morning, and it's the only way that you can guarantee really to get the summit to yourself. So here we are, we're on the top of Arthur Seat, probably Scotland's busiest mountain today. Not exactly a peaceful location. Anyhow, it's a lovely wee hill, and we're going to head east for about 25 miles and see if we can get some solitude. There's two other volcanic lumps situated in East Lothian, and I think that's our destination, and we'll be able to get away from the madding crowd. Well, that was a busy summit. There must have been about 50 or 60 people up there, and the summit's only this big. Much space, certainly not much space for filming. People are giving me funny looks as I'm chatting away to my camera. So I've dropped down off the summit, I'm heading back, and I mentioned on the summit that it would actually be quite nice to get a wee bit peace today, so I'm thinking about heading 25 miles east, leave the city behind, and we'll climb another hill of very similar character, same rock, volcanic rock, same origins as Arthur Seat. It's called Traprain Law. Scooted east by about 25 miles. I'm on the lower slopes of Traprain Law now, and looking across, and maybe just in the haze, you can see North Berwick Law. So after I nip up and bag this summit, I think I might go and climb North Berwick Law, and then head down and find a quiet spot on the beach and maybe brew up, have a wee rest. So I'm on the summit of Traprain Law. It's Arthur Seat this morning after my shopping. Half an hour along the road. Now, quick scramble up onto the top of this bonny wee hill. and then I'm going to go and do North Berwick Claw as well. I think they're volcanic plugs, they're volcanic rock anyway. I think plug is probably not the right term. In fact, I think the right term is a laccolith. Maybe you should check that, but I think that's what it is. I think it's a laccolith. It's where the magma came up and then solidified, and then glaciation and erosion has taken the softer rocks away, and it's left these hard, rocky outcrops. There's several of them. There's Arthur Seat, Traprain Law, there's North Berwick Law that we're going to see in a wee while, and then there's one out in the River Forth. But I don't have my kayak, so we're not going to paddle out to see the Bass Rock. But that's another one formed in the same way. Beautiful day. I'm looking forward to going back to China. It's a while since I've been, and it's nice to do a wee bit of work, a wee bit of pocket money for myself. But it's also a difficult time of year to leave Scotland, springtime. It's a bonny time in Scotland, and it's a great time for camping because the midges are not troublesome. And actually on my last couple of camps I've not noticed any ticks either, and not too many tourists. But it's a relatively short trip, and when I get back I'll get out and about, more adventures for Dave Outdoors Scotland, and we'll get something posted. Afternoon folks, we're on Berwick Law now, hill number 3 for the day. Still in the same character as the other two, still on the volcanic rock. Hope you can hear me, it's a wee bit breezy here, and there's a murder of crows cawing away in the trees there. So we're going to scoot up to the summit, do a wee bit filming, maybe on the way up, but definitely on the summit. And then we'll see how the time is, whether I've got time for a cup of coffee before I head back to the house. It's been an easy day shopping. Didn't spend much time shopping. Anyway, I think I'm prepared for my trip, so I'm not overly worried. And it's certainly more fun doing this than popping in and out shops in Princess Street in Edinburgh. Okay, let's go. There is actually a tourist track on this hill, but it's a lot more fun just going straight up through the rocks. Let's go. Kind of breezy up here. I'm not sure if the microphone's going to be good enough to pick up my voice. We're on the summit now, got the Bass Rock behind us, so I'm just going to scoot back down, stop on the beach someplace for a cup of coffee and then head for home. Coffee time. It's been a grand day. My shopping trip turned out to be better than I expected. I've got the sea behind me, North Berwick Law on my left, got a brew on the bush buddy stove. I'll have a wee cup of coffee and a rest, and then I'll wind my way back to Edinburgh. I'll meet the rush hour traffic when I'm heading for home. So they'll all be going that way, and I'll be going that way. So thanks for joining me on this wee trip. It was a bit unexpected. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I've said a couple of times today, I'm heading off to China, 2 or 3 days time. I'll be away for a couple of weeks or so. So there'll be a wee lull in the videos, but as soon as I get back, we'll get the van packed and we'll get away to the Highlands and we'll get another wee adventure on the go. So hope you enjoyed this one and look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers folks.